Hi everyone, it's Karen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am here with the last parts of my paper pumpkin. There are a few of these that I kind of totally went over the edge, but it was fun to do them, so I wanted to share them with you. So, I know that I showed some and I'm not sure which ones, so I'm just going to go quick by the ones that I think I showed you. So there was this one, which was just the color cut in triangle and the cherry cobbler and the little leaves and the little tag. This one I did not just make. I had made it at one of our Stampin' Up! Demonstrators' house, but I did use this style to make this one, which I just took it out of the envelope because it was for my aunt. It's already signed. So I used the vellum circle, the little leaf things that come in the kit. I did find a little piece of gold. I found this. This was in the stamp set, and I'm sure I won't find it. It is in Stylish Christmas, and that's where that stamp came from. So very vanilla. This is from that, matted with the white and the cherry cobbler base. Then I also made it with the white plaid that came in the kit. Same thing, everything else is the same, and the ribbon from the string or twine, whatever it's called. It's very pretty and nice to use. So that was that. I know I showed you this one, and I know we did a video on this one, but all these cards are waiting to be mailed out, so I'm just showing you again. This one I know we showed you. I know I showed you this one. And I think the rest are my newer ones. So we have a little stocking. I ran this through my Big Shot with the tufted embossing folder. And I don't know if you can see it. It's really hard. But it does look like a little quilted stocking, which is really cute. I just drew this on a piece of paper and made a pattern. And then I made the heel and that. I did not put those through the tufted because I think it would look cuter, and it really looks cute up close. And I did emboss this with an Anna Griffin Christmas embossing folder because I had it. And then a little bit of that twine up there, all ready to be hung on a chimney. And then I also made it with the envelope, inside of the envelope pattern paper that was there, with the cherry cobbler. Same thing, ran it through the tufted, the leaves, and a little gold thing to hang that up. I've got two stuck here. I then made this, and this is the it's crumb cake with very vanilla, just some gold. I think it's on page 193. I'll put all the information down. The green sprigs, a little piece of the white plaid that came in it. And it was very easy to make. I'll put the numbers down for this stamp set. And I'm also going to reference everything from yesterday's video, because for some reason it wouldn't load with the information on what pages and everything was on. So I'm going to try and get that in there also. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but anyway, I'm going to try and get you all the info. And then I made this one. This was the inside of the envelope. I used this, also came from the Noel, what is it? Peaceful Noel. I love this stamp set. It is so pretty, and everything that you use just makes it look so Christmassy. Even though if you look at it, it can be used for a lot more than Christmas, which is cool because then you get double out of your money. So anyway, and I just used a piece of cherry cobbler ribbon that I had. This is the back of the Designer Series Santa's Workshop or Santa's Sign Shop. Anyway, I'll put it down, but that's where it came out. And a little bit of the twine, and I took some clear crystals and colored them with a red alcohol ink marker. I mean, and definitely the blends will work. It just, I have a ton of Copics and I can't justifies spending that money. Okay, so this, I went way over the whole edge of it being part of the paper pumpkin, but I did use the little leaves on backwards, so I thought that was okay. This paper is, the back paper is crumb cake, mellow mossy mellow, melly, whatever. The back of the inside is the plaid from Festive Farmhouse. This paper with this on the back, and that's going out, and I think you should all stock up on it because it is beautiful. Every piece I love. Okay, so made the same way as the tree. I did a video on making the Christmas tree and how to fold the paper, just right here. And yesterday I made a video on how to make this exact card. So that is up. And it wouldn't let me put the information in. I don't know why, so I'm just going to tell you. Mossy Meadow, crumb cake. This is the farmhouse paper, which is the check on the back. Festive Farmhouse, I believe it is. This is the dotted tulle ribbon, polka dot tulle ribbon, and it comes in white and also comes in very vanilla. And I again used the Noel, and I also used the dark solid holly little leaves, and then used the little group of red solid and made the little berries. And I also turned the I don't know what they're called, boughs, leaves, I don't know. Anyway, I turned them over because the white really looked good with it. And I was going to make with you this card. However, I am completely out of cherry cobbler paper because I've used it for the past month like crazy. So instead, we are going to make my last card, which is when I posted all of the cards, I noticed that this one is the one that everybody loves. So this is my snowman. And he's made with the pattern, the white part of it, the red pattern that came with it, some ribbon. This is, there's the wood piece with the circle. I have it down here, we're going to use it. It was just a sliver cut off the edge. This is the soft suede, and I just kind of cut it all to make it look like a broom. I did put like a little piece of gold to be like that metal around before, and then I kind of laid some paper strips to make it look like that twine that goes around the broom to hold it together, and a little bit of that ribbon. So we are going to make this today. So I'm going to put you down and we'll get started. Okay, I am out of the white. I think I already said that. So we are going to use, well, let's start from the beginning. The base, cherry cobbler, and it's cut at 5.5 from the, the 8.25 by 8.5 by 11, scored at 4.25. And then we are going to mat it with the crumb cake, which is, Berry Vanilla goes next. And that is at 4 and 5.25. The crumb cake is at 5 and 3 3/4. And that's basically our base for our card. So let's just throw that together so it's all done and ready. And I'm so behind on my Christmas cards. I have them made, clearly. I just do not have them out in the mail. So I've just kind of started writing, and Happy New Year. Because then it makes it look like, oh, look, she wanted to share with us also for New Year's. What a thoughtful gal. So that is what I'm sticking to. That's my story. Okay, so for your snowman, we need 3 circles. And I used the paper from Festive Farmhouse again, favorite piece. And you need a 2-inch, a 1.5, and a 1 1/4 circle. You can use the dies, you can use the punches. I used punches. They weren't all Stampin' Up! Because I did have a crafting life before Stampin' Up! And I cannot rebuy things because I want them to match all the Stampin' Up! Stuff. And I'm not saying I'm dying to do that, just saying I can't. So we are going to cut the hat out of this, which is just the red side. And I think I can get away with doing it on here. I just thought I would take the big piece just in case. We are going to cut our arms out of the soft suede. I just have some extra cherry cobbler because that's all I got left in the world. And I have a scrap of the gold, and I have my twine. We also are going to be stamping the white snowflakes. Now, my white ink pad, I can't find it. And I know it's under this dump from me working in here for a month and not taking anything off the table, just dragging more stuff onto the table. So anyway, I have this Versamagic Cloud White. It doesn't come out cloud white, it's almost dry, and I tried to re-ink it, and the ink going in was really gray, so I'm sure it's really old, so I'm going to do my best to make my snowflakes here. And we'll just have to take whatever we get, which is clearly not much of anything. So, let me see if I can grab a white pen. We will just start drawing them. This is Ranger little white markers. Gel pens, sorry. Sorry, I'm all congested. I don't know if I said in yesterday's video that my husband and I won a trip to Florida, and we found out we had to leave 4 days before. So this is why I'm so far behind in my shopping and everything else that I need to do. Okay, we are not going to want to write. Okay, well that's not going to work. I have a white paper, colored pencil. Oh, look at that. And I'm not going to do them all because clearly that would take forever. But anyway, you would probably have some white ink that actually works. And I'm sure my Stampin' Up! One is real. If you could see, I can't even show you. My mother would just say, where would you raised if I showed it to you? But it is a disaster. So anyway, I probably told this yesterday. So there was an auction. My daughter works for a nonprofit with the YMCA, and they run all kinds of auctions and races and all kinds of things to raise money for all sorts of different things. And I guess a woman bid on the trip, and then she backed out she stopped payment on the check. She didn't even call. She just stopped payment. Probably came to her senses. I don't know. But anyway, so they had this trip, and they needed to do something with it. So they had like an auction of sorts at the Y, and all of the employees could bid on it. And my daughter called and she said, nobody is bidding on this trip. Do you and Dad want to bid on, under my name? And I said, well, okay, She said, well, the starting bid is $200. I said, all right, yeah, we'll bid on that. $200. And never thought we would win for $200, but yes, we did. So we had like 3 days to pack, get ready, and get out the door to Florida. And it was also the condo that at the hotel, it was a Marriott, but they do like condos. So it slept 8. It had a kitchen and a living room, and tried to get friends of ours to come with us, but they couldn't because it's so close to Christmas, and we were crazy ourselves for going because it didn't include airfare and food and all that. It basically took care of the sleeping, and that's about it. But the place had a pool and all kinds of things, and So I don't know if any of you have kept up with the weather last week in Florida, but yeah, it was raining and it was freezing. And when I say freezing, sorry, I need some Diet Coke. When I say freezing, I mean we wore like just down vests and a sweatshirt to the airport in Boston, and we went outside and it was so cold we couldn't even bear to walk, and we had on the down vests and all that, but oh, it was cold. So the day that we went to Universal Studios, we no scissors, of course not. Why would the scissors be here? I thought I was all prepared, wrote down all my colors. Oh, here they are in front of my face. So anyway, this piece, let me just get back to helping you make this, is 1 inch. And for the length, it's 1 by 1. So anyway, just chop a hunk off. And then you need to cut for the small brim, just a strip to go with it. So just cut it, what is this? A little under 2 inches, and you can trim it, but you want to go bigger rather than trying to go smaller. So, let's see if this is too big. Okay, and this is so that this way you can just chop until you like it. Okay, I like that. So then you're going to put down your circles to make your snowman. And you can make him any way you want. He can go topsy-turvy. He can go straight up and down. Whatever you fancy for your snowman. So we'll put him down. So anyway, we went to Universal. And as long as you were in the sun, you were almost okay, but it was freezing. We went into Harry Potter's... the looks just like on the movie, you know, Diagon Alley and the Weasleys' joke shop, all that. However, that is like, it's like it's in a cave. It's dark in there, it's cold, there's no sun, it's freezing. It was, yeah, not fun. But we went in anyway, and so the next day was the day before we were leaving. The sun came out. It was 70 degrees out. We got our bathing suits on. We ran to the pool. And we had like a half an hour to an hour in the sun. And then there was not a single spot in a cloud where that sun was coming back out. So I do have a tiny bit of color. But yeah, nothing that you could say, someone's going to say, hey, did you go away? Which is what you want when you go away. You want to come back and have everybody like totally jealous that you got to go away. But no, I didn't get that at all. Okay, so cut your arms. And again, the same way, just place them, see how big you want them. So clearly this one is too big, still too big. And you can stick them behind if you want. You can stick them in front. I like to go behind. And I always have no problem lifting up right away anything that I just put down. But if I do you want to know what I do? I use my undo. After Christmas, I'm going to do a video on the undo, and I am going to be giving away 2 free bottles. And this stuff is like gold. If there was a fire in the house, I would take my children first, my dogs, pictures, and then undo. That's exactly how it would go. Okay, so then we got this done. And then you want to cut smaller ones. You just need 2 for each side because the long one covers the middle of the fingers. So anyway, we came back to Boston, and it was warmer than when we left Florida. So it kind of stunk, but it was really nice to get away from my children. Because you know why? They're not children.
they're like old. Well, I mean, they're not old, but my daughter's 27 and she still lives here. And I'm like wondering why her boyfriend is not, just let me take you away. Let's go find our own apartment. That's not happening. My 25-year-old son is living here, and his boss was really mean to him and talks to him really bad and throws things at him. So he just quit his job. So he's home all the time. And my baby, who's 22, he's the only one that left the house. He's got a great job. He lives with his girlfriend. And he's the one I really like. Not that I don't like the others, but he's the one who's nice to me the most. So I like him. Plus, he's my baby. I think that has something to do with it. The whole baby thing. Because he is my baby. Okay, so we have got that all done. So let us find our broomstick. So all I did really was go right up the side of your circle that was left over. And I don't know where this circle is because I didn't use any of them. So it's somewhere. I just don't know where. This is a little thick for a broom handle here. But it doesn't have to be straight because it's like a broom that they found somewhere to make this. Because your mother would not give you the kitchen broom to go make it and stick in the snow because she needs it, first of all, but also, like our kitchen broom, the handle is blue. So, I mean, how would that look? Not cute at all. Okay, so we got the broom, and we need to make the little, apparently I made some owls before. Thought I would save that. So what you're going to do is just cut like a half of an oval, just like this. And then I bought these scissors from Martha Stewart, and I highly recommend you do not buy them. They're supposed to cut, like 5 or 6 strips at a time, but they don't cut. They just are not good. They're fine for doing like this little bit, but if you were trying to do a piece of paper, you wanted to go up at all, it's not happening. So sorry, Martha, but these don't make the cut. Literally. Got it. Oh, that's funny. It's not really funny, but around here I have to laugh at my own jokes because my kids don't laugh at them. Once in a while, I think if they're like tired or sappy from being exhausted, they laugh, but that's about it. All right, now I'm just going to put a little red stripe on there just to show that it looks like a broom that's been woven together with, this is the thing that holds all the bristles together. Are they called bristles? I think they are. But anyway, so that was all about my trip. And I'm just going to put some of our Tombow on here. And this is so well loved. I get my fingers so icky with glue that everything gets all mucked up when I use this glue. I'm trying to be a cleaner crafter. But if you saw my room, you'd be like, what part of that statement are you thinking is true? Because literally everything is on my floor because it wouldn't fit on my desk anymore. So after Christmas, I have a rude awakening as to what is going to happen in this room. All right, so I'm just going to put that little dot of gold on there, which, again, I think it's in the catalog on 197, but I will check, and put all the information down. Because I just would like to know what I can possibly do for you guys who don't have a demonstrator to, like, let me be your demonstrator. Because let me tell you what's happening. Hold on, I have to get a paper punch. Okay. got it. So you just want to punch out some eyes. And I know they're red, but it does go with it when you actually see it. This one might be the wrong one. These look big, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, so we are going to pop those eyes on. They do look big. Let me see if I have another. See, this is what happens every time I use Tombow. I make a huge mess. All right, we'll try this one, and if it's not right, we'll go with the big beady eyes. Oh no, this is a dash. Okay, so he's getting big eyes because I don't know where much of anything is really in my craft room. Although when it's really dirty, I do know where everything is. And by dirty, I mean cluttered. But I also couldn't be dirty because there's no way I can sweep the floor in here because it's such a disaster. But that's all, you know, one man's disaster is another man's, meaning my husband's clean house. Because he's a little crazy with cleanliness. So I think he has like heart palpitations when he comes by my room. All right, so on this little guy's, the little bit that we use, we are going to cut out what looks like kind of a carrot. So getting back to our trip, it also included bowling for 8, because it was kind of supposed to be for 8 people. So it also included the food for 8. So we got two appetizers is what it, you know, what you could get. So we got nachos, and honest to gosh, it was this high. And, oh, I like this little nose better. Oh, it's going the wrong way. Let's let that dry. And we need some, sorry, we got to go back to the work here, because although I love talking, and it's nice to talk to someone that's not myself, because I do that all the time. What do I got? Oh, I got some cherry cobbler, kind of like a grosgrain, if I could get it out of the drawer. So, let's see, we basically want to go across the neck and then down. So you really don't need much of this either. But this is a great ribbon, and unfortunately, I have no idea how long I've had it. But I can check on that if you like. Put it on my list to check out. So anyway, we got the 2 appetizers. So we got like chicken fingers and nachos. And then we got also on the list, we could have got 2 sushi plates, which I don't like sushi to begin with. I didn't grow up in the sushi era where, you know, you'd go out for sushi. We would go out for pizza, and that was fine with me. But, and I'm not sure I wanted to eat sushi from a bowling alley. I'm just not sure how that would work. So anyway, we didn't get the sushi. We probably could have gave it to someone, but anyway. So then we could have 8 sodas. And I was like, well, I love my Diet Coke, and I think everyone should jump on my bandwagon with the Diet Coke because you don't know what you're missing. So I think we each had 3 sodas that were ready to burst before we left. Then it came with 2 things of pizza. And it was like 2 pizzas. It was crazy. So now we're just going to make our little tie at the broom here. Sorry about that. Got off on my pizza. And I think we got, it was just we got the lane. We got a lane for 2 hours, which is way over how much I want to spend in a bowling alley, but it was fun. I haven't bowled in like 100 years, so it was really fun to do that. And it was good to get away with my husband. So it was fun. We had a great time. And I would go back to that place, but definitely with a group of people because, you know, why not? Share the wealth. Everybody come. All right, so that goes on our little thing. So we are now ready for our little sprig to go in the hat. And we're going to glue that right on his hat. And I have a little silver gem. Stick on there. Oops. I'm going to do one. Ugh, they don't want to come apart. 2, 3 little buttons. I might leave these clear. I did color them with an alcohol marker. And I'm not really happy where I put the hat, but I could use undo and chop it all apart, but I have an appointment, and I'm sure you guys have heard enough from me. So anyway, this is our snowman, and this was the original. So they're not the same, and they won't come out the same every time you make them. I will put a Happy Holidays on there, but I do have to dig through my paper pumpkin to find it. And it won't fit across the top, so just cut it in half. I would keep your stamp together and then cut the paper in half. I know people like to do it the other way. And I would put a lot more snowflakes, and I still will go back and do that. So that is my card for today. So I hope you liked it. And I will be back. I have a few more cards I want to make before Christmas. Oh, and a couple of boxes. I would like to show you how I made this box. And it holds... This is going to my eyelash lady. She's not a lady. She's my age. So anyway, you know, everybody's talking about their Ferrero Rocher. So I bought a big one and then didn't know how I was going to give it to her. And then I made this box. So that is how she's going to get it. So I'd like to make that before Christmas. I did also make it with this, which is my absolute favorite paper as far as the Christmas goes. And of course, it's frosted something. I will put that in the link tomorrow. Hopefully I'll make that video this afternoon and get all these things done so you can see them. So if you would like to purchase anything from Stampin' Up! And you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to be a demonstrator because you will be my only client. If you spend $50, you will get a bunch of free stuff, little gift basket. And if you want to go check out my shop, it's open 24/7. It is scrapbyscrap.stampinup.net. And you could go right in there. And coming up in January, we are having the celebration. And it's just a whole lot of stuff going on. And it's going to be great. And I can't wait to place an order. But I can't place it now because then it will go on December's. And I've already placed enough orders to keep me working for December. So I have to do it in January because it makes no sense. I would love to buy it now, though. I'm going crazy. But you guys are going to love it. So that's it. So I hope to see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day.